Just a reminder that this and all my other videos are made for doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello Internet! My name is Kelsey and welcome back to my closet. So today guys, I have something pretty special. I didn't think I was going to be able to get one of these without breaking the bank, but some of the remaining Disney designer collection dolls have gone on a deep discount. And I'm not sure why, because some of them are the most recent ones. It's like they're just trying to get them out of the warehouse as soon as possible, but they haven't really given them a lot of a chance to sell. Although this one has been hanging around for a while probably, because it is Belle from the Disney designer collection, and she came out several months ago, I think. At least 3 or 4. I know you can't really tell that it's her from the front of the box, but it is. But yes, I think Belle, the second Tiana, the second Aurora, they're all on sale. I think Ariel might be gone by now. But definitely check shopdisney.com if you were interested in getting any of these, because there are still some left available. They're 30% off, and here and there they do extra discounts. So I was able to get it for 30% off plus an extra 25% off. So basically she was like 50% off, and that was awesome because these dolls regularly went for 120 something. So this is one of my top favorites from, oh my god, the reflective. I'm gonna put her down for a minute so I could talk and not be like going in and out of shadow. Belle was one of my favorites out of the 12 dolls that they released in this collection, and when I saw that she had gone on sale, I just couldn't help myself. I know I really liked the second Tiana, but at the same time, something about Belle drew me in more. And I think it's just because the design of her dress is just, I mean, a lot of them had really great designs, but hers was one of my absolute favorites out of the entire line. So I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. I didn't like her face as much as the Belle that I got last year, the special 30th anniversary one, but I think I can get past that for the outfit because the outfit is so cool. Like I said, in the end, I think I paid 60 some for her plus shipping. So it really wasn't too bad, and I'm so excited to show you guys. So the front of the box is this gold with a diagonal cut here, and there's magnets to allow you to open and close it. There are some very faint designs within the box, so you can see a rose hidden in the background. There's books inside of these diamonds because Belle loves to read, and it says Belle at the bottom there in tiny letters. And she is a limited edition of 9,800. On the back, it says Ultimate Princess Celebration and has the name of the artist, and this is the artist that designed this Belle, Heidi. Disney Designer Collection is proud to introduce the Ultimate Princess Celebration, a limited edition monthly series. Carefully crafted by artists across the Walt Disney Company, each doll celebrates a Disney princess and the designer inspired by our heroine's story. This one-of-a-kind collection is destined to be a keepsake for fans and collectors alike. Heidi was born in Eastbourne, England, and studied creative product design in Bristol. After a design internship in Shanghai, she moved to London, landing her dream job as a toy designer at Disney, where she has enjoyed her creative role for over 9 years. Belle is a character that Heidi has always cherished, especially as Belle's story is about courage and confronting life's challenges. Belle boldly stands up for what she believes in, and her strength ultimately leads her to find true love and happiness. Her sacrifice to save her father is brave and selfless, and Heidi has always admired her for doing what was right, even though to do so, Belle had to leave the life she knew to live with the Beast. The thing Heidi loves most about Belle is the heroine's sense of adventure for far-off places. Heidi is a like-minded adventurer who could relate to wanting something more and striving to experience it. The story of Belle is a great reminder that no matter what path we take in life, all we need is kindness and courage. Very lovely. And then on this side, it says Belle in big letters. And on the top, we have Disney Designer Collection and a little peek at what she looks like. So, let us open the flaps. And there she is, but even this box being this far away does not do her justice. I will say over here, we have our certificate of authenticity. Mine is number 204 of 9,800. So that's one side. On the other side, we have a little pamphlet that has the concept art for the doll. Look at how gorgeous even that art is. It's super reflective, so it's hard to get it perfect on the camera, but wow. She really made it come to life. And there's Heidi again. If you could tell me how to pronounce her last name, I would appreciate it. And there's the stained glass from the castle on the back. Okay, so now we can take a closer look at Belle herself. And I am going to take her out, but I want to give you the look of her inside the box because I love the backdrop that they chose too. There's a chandelier in foil on the plastic window, and the background is the balcony from the Beast's castle. I do love that they call back to the movie with this backdrop. We are going to have to get her out of the box for you to properly see her. Okay guys, I finally extracted her from the packaging, and I say that because it was a struggle to get her out. I mean, I know they're not meant to come out. However, I don't like having the giant boxes around. And I don't like that she was tied in with a million plastic ties. Damn those plastic ties. Look at this. I have to point this out right away because it's just so annoying. They tied the petals together on top. I know they're trying to make it so that they will stay a certain way inside the packaging for those of us who are not going to unbox them, but they're visible. Like, you couldn't do that in a way that would be more subtle so you didn't see it? If you look closely while she's in the box, you're gonna see an ugly plastic tie on top of your rose petal. I did not appreciate that. What I do appreciate is that she didn't have the plastic ties in the back of her head. Her hair had a wire twist tie around it to hold her head back. So at least I didn't have to try to rip her head out of the plastic. But I'm very annoyed that there were so many plastic ties. There are some holes in some of the petals, in the big ribbons at the back, you know, in the bottom area, but still, they have to know by now that not everyone is going to display the doll in the huge box. They're going to, for space sake, take it out of the box. So at least make it so that everything doesn't get damaged when you take it out of the box. Rant over, let's look at this gorgeous girl. What I love about this is Belle doesn't get to wear red very often. She's usually depicted in gold. Even her Midnight Masquerade doll, I think, was a black dress with gold accents, so they got away from the gold completely, but she doesn't wear red too much. Only her Christmas dolls wear red because that was the dress that she had in the Enchanted Christmas movie. So what I love about this is that they took red as the main color. There's still gold accents, which is fine, and there's a rose theme, obviously, because that's like one of the major parts of Beauty and the Beast, but it's not just the rose. They were absolutely going for the rose inside the cloche. This skirt is the cloche, and that is what makes this design even better. Because yeah, anyone can make a rose design. Even the Saks Belle doll from last year had like a rose petal shaped skirt, which was really cool. Not worth $300 cool, but still cool. But this is the rose. It's not just a rose, it's the rose in the cloche. So I never realized until she showed up that she was not a 17-inch doll. For some reason, I thought this collection was 17-inch dolls, but she's only like 12 inches. This design probably would have looked even better on a 17-inch doll, but she's still gorgeous. And that means she takes up less space. Anyway, let's look at her face. Her face is not bad. It's not to my preference, I guess, as much as the other Belle, but it's still pretty. She has rooted eyelashes, of course, a rich red lipstick, and we have a kind of burgundy red eyeshadow. It's definitely not a ruby or a rose red. It's got a little bit more purple to it. Very, very pretty. Her earrings are these gold studs with red tassels attached to them. They're kind of stuck on her gelled little hair things here, but they move around and they're actual little tassels. Speaking of the hair, she has this big intricate bun. It kind of looks like a twist that they put up into a bun, and then she has her little side hair pieces. She has a headband, which is more like a hair wrap. Kind of an interesting choice for such a fancy outfit, but it's not really intrusive either on the design. It blends in really well. One thing I would have said is I would have liked it to be actual fabric rather than plastic, but I don't hate it. It has a little gold rose on the side. Then we get down to the dress itself. So the bodice here is a rich red satin. There's a little modesty panel right there in a gold see-through fabric. And of course we have gold embroidered roses. The bodice is not like the main feature here, but it's still very pretty. The sides are made of a burgundy faux suede, which you don't usually think of suede for a dress. Usually if it's gonna be a softer material like that's also fancy, it's gonna be velvet, but this is a faux suede. It's an interesting texture. It's not what I expected, but it works. It's not shiny like velvet can be, so it doesn't take away from the other shiny parts of the dress. So we have those side panels, and at the back, the see-through material makes up the back of the dress to give it a backless look, and I like that, especially because they did the front part of the shoulder pieces far enough back that when you turn it around, it really looks like a backless dress. Like from afar, you would think she didn't have anything. Obviously the Velcro kind of gives it away, but I like the backless look, I really do. It's very dramatic. Then we have gloves. They are a burgundy color to match the side panels of the dress. They just have a thumb hole and finger holes. Let me just see. I would like to see if her nails are painted. They are not, but she does have some staining on the hand from the glove. Now, I'm not going to display her ever without the gloves, so the stains don't really matter too much. She's meant to be wearing the gloves. It's just something to watch out for if you were to get this doll and didn't want her to be wearing the gloves. I personally am going to leave the gloves on, so I don't care because I won't see it. They're made of a stretchy material, kind of a knit, which again, they didn't put satin here. Most doll gloves, I would think satin to give it a little extra shine, but she has so much shine in the rest of the dress, it's probably better that the gloves are more of a matte look. I'm trying to get her arms out of the way so that we can, she's gonna be a ballerina while we look at the rest of the dress. Now we get into the really cool parts of this dress. So we have an upside down rose made of a bunch of layered petals in this shiny, kind of papery material, but it's not cheap either. It's just supposed to be like fake flowers like you might find in the craft store, and they all have veining on them, which has texture. It's not any kind of print or anything, it's actual textured material. Again, my complaint is that the plastic ties are there, ruining the effect, and I will probably cut them all off afterwards. But of course they're gonna leave holes in the petals, which is also annoying. And the rose is releasing petals, as you can see, because there is one trailing down the overskirt here. You can see a little hole in the overskirt also. Again, from the stupid plastic ties. But I love that they put one falling petal to represent the rose slowly wilting as the beast runs out of time to find his true love. I love it. This design is so clever. Then we have the overskirt. So it's a gold mesh, and there's all of these tiny gold rhinestones on top. They just give the most subtle sparkle because they're so small, like from a distance they just glitter so beautifully. And then there's more of that shiny material. I think it's pretty much the same as what they used for the petals. It's almost like a really stiff satin, like they starched the satin or something. But the ruffle goes all the way around the bottom of the skirt and up the side here. Again, gives the illusion of falling rose petals. They're all pooling at her feet. I just love this. This is supposed to represent the glass over top of the rose, protecting it. On the back, there is a trail of rhinestones as well along the seam. It's a nice touch. It's almost like buttons going down the back of the dress, like you might see on like a really fancy wedding dress. And then there is this pretty burgundy ribbon tied at the back. I'm not sure what you would call this material, but it's so mobile and light and flowy. I just love it. I love the way it trails down. And then we get to the underskirt, which is mainly the burgundy suede. It's obviously fitted all the way down and then flares at the bottom, but the front panel matches the bodice with the red satin and the embroidered gold roses, and there's tons of them. So much embroidery, and of course the suede goes all the way around as well. It's gorgeous, and I believe that unlike some other Disney designer dresses, this is one solid dress, because a lot of times the top and the skirt will be separate, even though they look like a full dress. They'll be two separate pieces, but this is one complete dress. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then we get down to her shoes, which are a bit underwhelming after everything else. Oh, there's even like an underskirt, an underskirt. See? Underneath the suede and everything, there's like a second skirt that goes around her legs. But anyway, the shoes, they're simple red pumps with little bows on the front. Nothing spectacular, but you're not gonna see them anyway because the skirt, both skirts just go all the way down past her shoes anyway, so it doesn't matter. And she is on a stand and she's really tight in there, so I don't know if I'm gonna try to take her off of it at all. Although I do want to get this plastic piece off that's kind of under her feet. But Heidi, the designer's name, is on the bottom here, and it says Ultimate Princess Collection, Disney designer. And there's a gold strip in the front too, instead of just being all black. And that is Belle, and she is just super duper gorgeous. Of course, she has interesting articulation too. She has a head rotation, got elbow and shoulder, wrist. Wrist needs to be worked out a little bit. She has a twist at the waist, and her legs are pinned in right now to the stand, but she doesn't have, no. She has rubbery legs, so I think she has a snap knee, probably, but not an actual knee joint. But that's okay, because she probably wouldn't be able to bend too much in this really tight-fitting dress anyway. One last thing, she did come with a purse. It is a solid hunk of metal, and it is shaped like a book, has a rose on the front, and then has an engraved rose on the back. There's a little chain for her to hold it, although it's super heavy. And now that she's out of the box, I don't know if she's going to be able to hold it without it falling down. I was trying to see if it opened, but it does not. It is one solid book. There are molded pages on the sides though, just so you're aware. And there we have it. Ultimate Princess Collection, Disney designer, Belle. I don't remember when she came out, but she was from last year, and she's super gorgeous. Overall, this collection was mostly really positive. There were only a couple of dolls that I was kind of like, meh. Even then, I think they did a lot of creative things. They really went outside of the box with most of the characters. They really tried to make them themselves still, while also making them something new. And I just adore this Belle. I love the way they took the rose theme to the next level. I love the colors on her, the sparkle, the gold, even her face. Even if it's not my favorite Belle mold, it's still pretty. She is gorgeous, and I can't wait to get her up next to the other Belle and Beast that I have. So, you guys let me know what you think of Belle. Let me know if you have gotten any of the other dolls in this collection and what you think of them. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, well, it's no wonder that her name means beauty, because she is a gorgeous doll. Bye!